saying Jehovah.
What's going on, YouTube? How you doing? How you doing? First and foremost, I want to thank everyone for the love and support. And like I always say, I will always be humble and thankful for that. And before we get started, please hit that subscribe button for your boy. Please hit that subscribe button for your boy. Democrats, Democrats, Democrats. When are y'all going to update yourselves? Especially updating yourselves on how y'all going to do voter outreach. How y'all going to talk to us as black Americans? What y'all going to offer black Americans? But y'all constantly doing this symbolism mess. And what prompted me to make this video is, they trying to do a march on Washington again on August 28th. God. Let me read this article. It's on NBC News. Civil rights leaders announced march on Washington to defend voting rights. Civil rights leaders announced plans for a Washington march to defend voting rights, saying on Tuesday that recent court decisions have weakened key federal protections against racial discrimination in voting. What racial discrimination, Democrats? I would love to know. The coalition, led by Reverend Al Sharpton, National Action Network, and joined by Martin Luther King III, Andrea Waters King, and labor and civil rights groups, will host a march on Washington 2026 called Defend the Vote March on August 28th. That will mark the 63rd anniversary of the 1963 March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom and Martin Luther King's Jr. I Have a Dream speech. Organizers said they hope to use the event to pressure lawmakers and rally a response to the erosion of voting protections. Their campaign centers on the Supreme Court's April ruling weakening Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, a key provision used to challenge voting laws and electoral maps that discriminate on the basis of race or dilute minority power. Organizers said the decision has intensified a long-running fight over black political representation. Some Republicans defended the court decision, arguing that race-conscious redistricting is unconstitutional. Sharpton, however, called the ruling a bullet in the heart of the voting rights movement, underscoring the stakes civil rights advocates see surrounding the court decision. The march follows a Wall Street demonstration last year that drew hundreds to downtown Manhattan, just hundreds, not thousands, to downtown Manhattan to protest against what they said was corporate America's retreat from diversity, equity, and inclusion. Initiatives are under pressure from the Trump administration. Defending the vote means defending the foundation of our democracy. Martin Luther King III said in a statement, 63 years after my father stood at the Lincoln Memorial, we are all called to march again, not only in remembrance, but in action. The coalition includes Drum Major Institute, blah, 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 whatever. Listen, y'all. If the representatives that we had that represented black people, done for black people, we probably be out there marching too. Let me speak for Mississippi, because I'm from Mississippi, even though I live in Texas, but I'm from Mississippi. We have a representative by the name of Benny Thompson. There's nothing positive that this man has done since he's been in office. Now, I ain't going to say that. I'm going to say in the last 15, 20 years, he hasn't done nothing for black Americans in Mississippi. Not fought for him. He might do a little scholarship giveaways or salute someone graduating school or something like that. He might make a ruckus about certain things. But the need in his district, where black Americans are, he know what's going on, he don't speak for them. You'll see him speak on immigration issues. You'll see him speak on issues that the Democrats tell him to talk about. Or he might give an excuse because of the Republican governor is the reason why he can't do anything. But he hasn't done nothing. And he doesn't represent black people in Mississippi. He don't even talk black anymore. He don't even talk about the things that's happening in Mississippi. But he's our representative. What's the point of having a black representative and all they do is represent other groups of people? When you have a majority black district, you should watch out for the black people. I'm not a politician, and I'm not in the politician situation. But if I was a politician, there would be certain little things I could see within where I'm from in Mississippi that need to be done. I might can't do big things, but it could be small little things that I can help my people at. I could do under the radar or something. But they don't do that. People in Louisiana, I talked to a few people in Louisiana that have black representatives, and they say the same thing. People in Alabama say the same thing, that they're not doing anything. Tennessee, they say the same thing. We see this boy, I forgot that boy name in Tennessee with the afro that be trying to talk like he militant, like he a Black Panther or something like that, or he think he like Martin Luther King or Obama or something like that. I forgot that goofy name. But even people out there see through him, man. He ain't one of us. That man rich as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Ever since he got in that position. Yeah, he'll act rowdy, act like he for black people, but he ain't doing nothing for black folks. And this voting rights things, man, listen, y'all. In my personal opinion, this is about immigrants at the end of the day. At the end of the day. Listen, and I might be telling y'all wrong. Okay? I'm not the smartest person, but I do be watching stuff sometimes, man. And a lot of stuff that they have been saying about black Americans, man, I'm 43. So I say by the last 30 years, I've been paying attention to the rhetoric they've been spewing about black Americans when it comes to voting. And one of the things black Americans that we gotta understand is this. We are citizens by birth. We are not immigrants. We are the descendants of emancipated people. So basically what I'm trying to say is we've secured our rights to vote through blood, struggle, and amendments as Americans here on this land. So whatever they talking about, they ain't got nothing to do with us. Because now we looking at what can you offer us. Even if we don't get reparations, give us something tangible for my vote. Give me something that's going to make sense for my pockets, or the well-being of my children, or the education of my grandkids. Something. Healthcare, something that makes sense. It could be for the red or the blue. It don't matter. Do something for my people. Then this voter ID nonsense or voter suppression. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I looked this up too. I had to write this down. I had to just look at the polls. It shows polls show strong black support, often 70 to 85% for photo ID to vote. So for them to keep saying that it's hard for black Americans to get an ID, I think that's a crock of mess. My grandparents didn't have an issue getting their ID. I never had an issue getting my ID. I didn't have an issue of doing none of that. Just like I mentioned in one of my videos, even trying to get disability is hard work. Social Security is hard work. And guess what? Our elderly or people that's on disability figured it out and did it anyway. So how hard it is to get documentation saying where you stay at, your birth certificate, whatever, however it goes to get your ID, how hard it is, but it's hard for an immigrant to do that. It's all about the immigrants, man. And black registration and office holding soared in 1965. So therefore, since it soared, that tells me that black people have common sense to do what they have to do in order to vote. We never had our votes suppressed or anything. We just voted blue no matter who. And that was our thing, man. That was our thing. And I think, man, the Democrats need to, if they really want to win, because they might get it this midterm. I ain't going to lie, because Trump did some things that a lot of people didn't like. He did some things I didn't like, especially with this war with Iran. But if Democrats really want to get the black vote again or get people to support the Democrats again, they got to deal with the issues that's really affecting black America instead of these narratives, man. They really got to do that, man. They really got to stop emphasizing we being oppressed all the time, which we are oppressed, but okay, I'm oppressed. I'm oppressed every day I wake up. But come on, man. Help me out of this shit. Don't just talk about it. Help my people out of it. Y'all see what's going on? All y'all do is, it's just like this. Sometimes the way I know with the Democrats, and the reason why they irk me so much, because they play with our intelligence so much. But they like they'll see something and they'll blame the red about it. They say, well, black women going through this. They trying to take black women's rights, black women being discriminated against, black women education not being taken serious, all this and all that, right? But as soon as they get in office and have the power to help the black woman, they never do it. They just entertain the noise about it. But they never do anything about it. And them marching on Washington, what's that's going to do? It's going to be a bunch of immigrants there. I don't even think any black Americans going to be there. I ain't heard nobody telling, hey, Brian, man, we finna go to Washington, D.C., man, August 28th. Unless you pay some people to be out there. Yeah, but other than that, nobody ain't finna be like, hey, man, we need to go out there support. We about to vote. No, man, it's about these immigrants. At the end of the day, it's about these immigrants, man. I ain't even mad at it. Man. I'd rather go through what we going through right now so they understand they're going to have to crawl back to us. Because they trying to get away from that black vote. But just like I saw and other people mention that these other groups still lean towards conservative whiteness. They still look at white people as the end all be all. So, anyway, give me y'all thoughts on it. Salute to everyone. Thank y'all for the support. Peace out.